Born in Alaska to a family of seasoned fishermen, Nick McGlashan seemed destined for the sea. On the summer bay, he rose from rookie deckhand to deck boss, earning respect for his grit, humor, and leadership. He could calm chaos on deck with a joke, and his crewmates relied on him when the sea was at its worst. But Nick's biggest battles weren't fought on the ocean. Behind the laughter, he struggled with addiction. At his lowest, he admitted he felt like a real-life zombie. Yet, he fought to rebuild himself, inspiring fans with his honesty. In December 2020, at just 33 years old, Nick was found dead in Nashville. The cause? A toxic mix of substances. His passing shocked fans worldwide and served as a heartbreaking reminder that sometimes the most dangerous storms are the ones within. Todd Kochutin wasn't chasing fame, he was chasing the sea. A quiet, hard-working deckhand on the Patricia Lee, Todd earned respect the old-fashioned way, through sheer effort and determination. But in February 2021, tragedy struck. An 800-pound crab pot broke loose and came crashing down on him. Todd died on the deck he loved at just 30 years old. The loss shook fans and fellow fishermen alike. His death was a brutal reminder that in crab fishing, danger doesn't just hover over the horizon. Sometimes it falls right on top of you. On the Northwestern, Edgar Hansen was the glue that held the crew together. The problem solver, the teacher, the steady hand when chaos hit. Fans loved him as much as they did his brother, Captain Sig. But in 2018, Edgar disappeared from the show, suddenly and without warning. News soon broke of a legal scandal that forced him out. It stunned viewers, leaving the Northwestern feeling incomplete. His story revealed a darker truth. Not all storms come from the sea. Sometimes we create the storms ourselves. Carrying the Harris legacy was never easy. After the legendary Captain Phil Harris died in 2010, his son Josh Harris stepped up to lead the Cornelia Marie. Fans cheered for him, rooting for the young captain to live up to his father's name, but the weight of expectation, combined with personal struggles, was heavy. In 2022, dark revelations from Josh's past came to light, forcing him off the show. For fans, it was heartbreaking, proof that no matter how famous the name, no one is safe from personal storms. Few have shown as much drive as Jake Anderson. From greenhorn on the Northwestern to captain of the saga, Jake's rise was fueled by grit and determination, but Jake's story was shadowed by tragedy. Before Deadliest Catch, he lost his sister to a still unsolved disappearance. Later his father vanished and was later found deceased. On top of this grief, Jake faced his own health scare, a massive heart attack. He survived, but it forced him to step back. His journey became about more than crab fishing. It was about resilience, about finding the strength to keep standing, no matter how many times life knocks you down. When you think Deadliest Catch, you think Captain Sig Hansen. The iron-willed leader of the Northwestern, he ruled his wheelhouse with toughness, because lives depended on it. But even legends aren't invincible. In 2016, Sig suffered a heart attack at sea. Just 2 years later, another struck. Fans braced for the worst, but Sig refused to quit. Against the odds, he fought back to return to his boat. His story is one of survival, loyalty, and the power of spirit, a reminder that even when the heart falters, determination can keep you going. On The Time Bandit, Andy Hillstrand was fire and passion. Fearless, witty, and fiercely dedicated, he was a fan favorite. But behind the energy was strain. Years away from family, physical pain, and clashes with producers who wanted more drama than reality pushed Andy to his breaking point. In 2017, he walked away from the show and underwent spine surgery soon after. Fans still remember his drive, his humor, and his integrity. Sometimes the bravest act isn't holding on, it's knowing when to let go. Breaking barriers in a man's world, Mandy Hansen, daughter of Captain Sig, proved herself on the Northwestern. Smart, hard-working, and determined, she showed she belonged on deck. But in 2019, tragedy struck when Mandy and her husband lost their first child. She stepped away to grieve, supported by family and fans. Her story is a reminder that toughness isn't just surviving storms at sea, it's surviving the storms life throws at your heart. Captain Phil Harris was larger than life. With grit, humor, and a booming voice, he turned the Cornelia Marie into one of the most beloved boats on the show. Fans adored him not just as a captain, but as a father figure. But years of pushing himself too far came at a cost. In 2010, cameras captured the shocking moment when Phil collapsed after a massive stroke. He fought hard but passed away days later at just 53. For fans, it felt like losing family. His legacy still looms large over Deadliest Catch, proof that even legends aren't immortal. Though his time on the show was brief, Justin Tennison made a lasting impression on the Time Bandit. Hard-working, funny, and full of spirit, he quickly earned respect on deck. But in 2011, tragedy struck off the water. Justin died suddenly at 33 from complications linked to sleep apnea. His death was a sobering reminder: danger doesn't just lurk on the waves, it can strike anywhere, even in the quiet moments at home. 10 names, 10 stories: Nick, Todd, Edgar, Josh, Jake, Sig, Andy, Mandy, Phil, and Justin. Some lost to the sea, some to health, others to choices that changed everything. They weren't just reality TV stars, they were fathers, sons, daughters, friends. Real people who gave everything for a life most of us can't even imagine. Deadliest Catch has always been more than a show about crab. It's about courage, sacrifice, and the heavy price of survival. And though these legends are gone, their stories live on, in the boats, in the waves, and in the hearts of fans who will never forget them. So tell me, which story from Deadliest Catch do you remember most? Share your thoughts below and don't forget to subscribe to Hollywood Vault 8 AM for more untold stories of courage and tragedy.